Welcome back to my channel, sports fans. Okay, let's get into this right here. Well, there you have it. The NBA playoffs has started, and you could expect nothing less than a bunch of nonsense, guys. Okay, let's go over a couple games. And the first game I want to go over is the Denver Nuggets in Minnesota, right? Minnesota came out giving Denver the business. And we all know in this NBA, that doesn't matter how these guys start. It matters how the game finishes, right? So, to me, the Minnesota came out and they were doing their thing, and they were showing the Denver Nuggets, y'all ain't gonna beat us. We're gonna take this game one. And then Denver Nuggets came back, they did their thing. And then we really thought that Denver was just gonna pull away. And then here comes Minnesota doing their thing, and all for naught, right? And we're gonna tell you really all for naught why. It was a pretty good game. But the elephant in the room that nobody wants to talk about, and I've been seeing this on social media, people have been making videos about this game. And I seen people literally giving Julius Randle the business, guys, a second wheel. Didn't really say nothing about Anthony Edwards, who is supposed to be a superstar player, guys, but doesn't show up and play as a superstar player in, big games in the playoffs. He rarely does, guys. And that's why I told you guys, this guy is the most overrated player in the NBA. But also, as I can see, he's the most protected player in the NBA. And it's not even close, guys. He's the most protected player in the NBA, hands down, guys. These content creators will not give Anthony Edwards the smoke, especially consistently. Okay? If you're going to give Joker the smoke, give Anthony Edwards the smoke. And we're not trying to say, Anthony Edwards is on Joker's level. But why shouldn't he be? Jokic is in year 11, guys. This fool is in like year 5, 6, Anthony Edwards is. So how come we can't give Anthony Edwards a smoke, guys? If Anthony Edwards even plays the all-star level yesterday in that Minnesota game, they win that game. They win that game. No doubt about it. But he didn't play all-star level. I didn't say all-NBA. I said all-star level. I'm not going to say he didn't do nothing in the game. I'm going to say he didn't play no defense. I'm not going to say he didn't rebound or assist the ball. But, God, those things are easy in this era, guys. What I'm talking about, this guy, I think it was like 2 from 9 from the three-point line. And that's it, guys. When his three-point shot ain't going down, I guess it's a wrap. It's over. Ain't nothing else to talk about with this guy but three-point shooting. I'm sick of this dude. Now, I'm not going to say the series is over or anything like that, but it looks like he's going to have a bad series, guys. He might pull off, out of 6 games, 7 games, whatever like that, 2 good games. This is all this guy is good for. And like I said, he gets zero smoke for it. He's just exempt from doing bad, from getting smoke. For some reason, I don't know, guys. He's just protected. But yeah, I heard people talking about Julius Randle. Who gives a damn about Julius Randle? He's not an all-NBA player. So, to me, I don't think this was like one of the best games for Joker, and they could have pulled this off because of that. Jokic didn't have a great game. By his standards, Jokic, he had his usual stats. 11 for 19 from the field, 2 for 7 from 3. This guy is launching threes, guys. Wow. 13 rebounds. Was this 11 assists? He had 5 turnovers, guys. 1 steal, no blocks. Wow. 2 centers on both teams, Minnesota and Denver, had no blocks, guys. This is oh God. Look, Joker had 1 offensive rebound. That's great. If you can only hold Joker to 1 offensive rebound, that's great. And that's it. So Joker didn't have the best game of his life. So this could have been a game that they could have actually sold. A game they could have actually stole. But Anthony Edwards didn't show up to this game, guys. And like I said, he's exempt from getting any smoke. Especially from the black content creators. I don't know what it is with this guy, but they won't give Anthony Edwards no smoke, guys. He played 38 minutes, 22 points, 7 for 19 from the field, 2 for 9 from 3, 6 for 7 from the line. See, this is what I'm talking about. This 6 for 7 from the line, bro, he should be getting to the line way more. He don't get to the line because all he does is shoot these threes. And then he disappears. So Murray outplayed him. You don't have to worry about Joker outplayed him. Murray outplayed him. And, Anthony Edwards gets some garbage points or whatever like that when the game is over to make it look like he even had 22 points. So I'm just saying, man, Anthony Edwards he's overrated to me, guys. He's got to be the most overrated. He's starting to be the most overrated player in NBA history. He's the most overrated player, period, in the NBA today, but he's starting to be the most overrated player in NBA history. And it's pretty sad to say that, but it's the truth. It's the truth. Remember in the All-Star game, he won the All-Star game MVP. He's going to have to come through, man. This is his time. It's not Joker's time. It's not Victor Wembanyama's time. It's not SGA time. It's his time. He's been in the league for 6 years. It's his time, guys. Joker had his time. SGA had his time. All these other guys that won championships and they had their time, guys. It's Anthony Edwards' time to win. This is what people are failing to realize. If not, to me, he's not a superstar player, guys. He's not a superstar player. They sit there and they got rid of Karl Anthony Towns, so he could take the majority of the load, right? So, yeah, we're gonna get off of that, man. I'm not trying to say this series is over, and I'm not trying to say any series is over after 1 or 2 games. This is the NBA, guys. This is a whole bunch of gambling behind this thing. So I'm not swayed by one game. A lot of these content creators, they'll make a video after 1 game acting like this is the end of the road. This ain't the end of the road. This is the NBA, guys. So let's get into this Lakers game. And that's what I'm saying. Minnesota still might pull this one off. Nobody knows. Nobody knows. So LeBron James, he was the third wheel to fake injury Luka and Reeves, who obviously fake these injuries so they can be part of this betting on games played like the rest of these NBA players are doing in this era, right? So I told you before, so ESPN is already saying this, guys. I seen a post this morning. Oh, will Luka come back and play in the Rocket series? I've already said that before the series even started, that Luka or Reeves or both was going to come back and play in this series, even though they were slated to not come back until May 1st, right? It's a reason why there is a big gap in between games. I think they played last night, and then they don't play again until Tuesday, and then they don't play again until Friday. Why, guys? They started this shit last year. Remember we talked about this. Why? Why do they get so much rest? Yep. You got to write the script, guys. Why do these guys get so much rest? Nobody knows, guys. It goes 3 weeks to play a game. Did it the NBA playoffs end like in July or some shit last year or close to it? It was crazy. Ridiculous. Nevertheless, yeah, LeBron James get carried by Luke Kennard and the rest of his team, really, as his plumbing crew that usually leads him, Luke and Reeves, out with their fake injuries. And LeBron James is led by Luke Kennard, guys. I just keep trying to tell you guys, imagine this being on Michael Jordan's legacy. I don't care if it's year 41. I mean, not year 41 years old. Michael Jordan would not have this on his legacy, guys. How crazy Michael Jordan is. He came back and played on literally the worst team in the NBA. He didn't want to be led by anybody. There's no blemish on his record like that. Oh, he was led by such and such. No. LeBron James continues to be led. They try to cover it up with AD. They try to cover up with this guy, that guy. But you can't get past it now. He's been led by AD, Luka, and now Reeves. And they don't care as long as they can promote the opposite. Listen, I just don't know what kind of fans exist in the NBA anymore. Like I keep trying to tell you guys, most of these fans that you see in the arena, they're not real NBA fans, guys. They're just fans that want to see entertainment. The stuff that these play-by-play guys say and these announcers, well, play-by-play and analysts on TV say, it's crazy. You would even think there's no social media around. You would think there's no social media that don't even exist. By the way these guys talk. But they don't care because they want you to react because they put you in trigger mode. What they said. That's what pushes This is why you have cheap labor, play-by-play, color analysts on ESPN, period. That's why it's cheap labor. The lowest quality, because they can sell their league off the NBA, off of social media by reaction. So all it takes is say dumb stuff, the content creators react. And it's like, some of these content creators play dumb, like, oh, they don't know what they're saying. Why are they saying this? They know what they're saying because they want you to react. I don't mind reacting and all this stuff, but I'm just saying we got to tell the truth and expose stuff for what it is, why they're doing this, and everything else. Like I said, the content creators don't want to come to grips with their subs that the NBA is pretty much rigged as far as, it's scripted. Pretty much scripted, because if they do, they're going to lose all their subs. And, of course, most of your subs are nothing but bots because YouTube rewards you with bot subs for pretty much staying in line. Once you go out of line, they can do a lot of stuff to you. Take your views away, take your subs away, take your monetization away. They can do all these things, guys, if you get out of line. I've been done got out of line, so that's why I don't got no monetization. That's why my sub count stopped. It's been stagnant for about almost a year now, year and a half, because I'm out here telling the truth, because I don't need their money. If I need their money, I would just go out here and tell lies, or just tell, go along with the script like this is really real. And then, some people, they would have to explain the script, like, how do you say it's scripted? Well, you got to start using common sense. I shouldn't have to tell adults common sense about the NBA being scripted. They're putting it right in your face as much as they can. They don't. They expect you not to be dumb. So when it comes down the pipe, that it's scripted, that it's, they're throwing games, they're doing this, betting on it, they expect you to know this because it's just an entertainment-based league. And they're showing you right to your face. And why you get mad, oh, AD ain't playing? Yes, because they're trying to show you silly ass people the script. And I ain't talking about the subs. I'm talking about these content creators that's playing dumb. Oh, KD ain't this, KD don't want. It's part of the script to piss you off, to get you to sell this. You know how much money the NBA sells by not advertising their game? The biggest selling point of the NBA back in the day, 90s, 80s, 2000s. Yes, of course they play on the court, but advertising. They don't have to spend no money on advertising no more because the content creators advertise their game. And it's not based on greatness. It's based on controversy. Back in the day when the NBA had to sell their game based on advertising, and of course, the play on the court, the NBA, of course, sold their game based on greatness. So everything had to be up to par, right? The rivalries, the defense, positional players, greatness, all this stuff. They don't have to do so in advertising. They didn't have to worry about spending money and losing it because their players were up to par. Their game was up to par as far as everything. Back in the, I would say 2000s, 90s, 80s, 70s, everything was up to par. So if they spent money on advertising, it was worth it because the product on the court spoke for itself, right? So now they don't have that shit. The product on the court doesn't speak for itself, guys. So now all they have to do is come with, trigger stuff to get you to react, and you're on social media literally selling their game as a content creator. And the content creators know this, but they don't care because they're getting paid. But at the same time, they will act dumb and act like this game isn't scripted. It's scripted as hell, guys. That's all they bring you is a script. You even hear them saying, oh, you couldn't script it no better. You even hear the play-by-play guys, people. You couldn't script it no better. So yeah, this is what you got, guys. You can't have no on-court greatness if it's always scripted like that. They do dumb stuff all the time that make no sense because it's scripted. And one thing being scripted, the worst thing is these guys literally in on the gambling and are showing you the easiest gambling thing you can do is games played. They're all in on it. That's why they're all sitting down getting a piece of this pie because they already know exactly how many games they're gonna play. You don't. You bet on that, right? How many games they're gonna play, but they know. That's why they're sitting out. And now you saw with Luka, you saw with Kate Cunningham. They retracted the 65 game rule for them and said they played enough minutes instead. So what they're doing is they're moving the goalpost because they're all in on the rigging, which is they're all in on the betting, which is, games over, games under played in a season. They're making money off of that, and of course they don't have to bet directly themselves. They can get somebody else to do it, and it's not going to hurt them now because they're still going to be able to get honors because of the minutes they played, right? So the NBA knows this. They're all in on the scandal. They're all in on it, and like I said, the content creators won't expose it because guess what, guys? It exposes the whole NBA as a fraud. And once people start to realize that, like I said, a lot of their subs are going to walk away, or YouTube will penalize them for coming out and saying it. But they know the NBA is scripted. They know these players are betting on the game. Well, again, let me rephrase that. Well, why just keep it there? Well, let me rephrase it. They're not betting on the game. They're getting other people that they know to bet on certain things about it, right? You can bet certain things. Games over and under, this, that, blah, blah, blah. So they're getting other people. I mean, what else you want me to say, guys? This is my opinion. They didn't lobby to get gambling legal. What does lobbying mean, guys? Lobbying means you went and paid off the damn politicians, right? You get a lobbyist, which is a third party, a middleman, because the company can't do it themselves. So they hire a middleman to go give the politicians the money to get whatever laws and rules and regulations and codes and statutes passed. That's what the companies do in this world. That's who runs the countries, the companies and corporations. Why? Because you pay, when an employee goes to the company, they're going to pay taxes, and then the taxes go to the government, right? So the companies are an asset to the politicians. The people who work for the companies are nothing. Well, they're basically everything because that's how the government gets their tax money. But if it weren't for the companies that hire the employees, the government couldn't get the tax money. So when they lobby for something, the companies, of course, they get it, especially when money is involved. They get all kinds of money, guys. The politicians, when they pass these bills and laws and stuff. Anyways, they didn't lobby. The sports leagues didn't lobby to the damn, let's just say pay. Didn't pay the politicians to not make no money out of it. So let me get off this phone. I don't know. A lot of these games were just boring. I didn't watch all of them. Of course, KD set out. We don't know if that was part of the gambling or whatever like that. I won't doubt it. Or betting. But they don't care, guys. Listen, these guys don't care about winning. I keep trying to tell you, what do you care about? Some dumb trophy that these NBA players, them themselves, go look it up, guys. I was shocked how many NBA players literally sold their awards online, or what you call auction. Selling their trophies, awards, whatever. Shoes, jerseys they wore in this game. Guys that played in the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s. I just thought I'd put that out there before I say this. Do you care about a trophy or do you care about money, guys? Literally, you care about money. They care about money. They don't care about no damn trophy. Let me say. You care about winning. Literally, they don't care about winning, guys. I keep trying to tell you, none of these guys won't even be in the top 10 of all time. None of these guys will be in the top 10, guys. And that's why you hear these announcers, analysts say the dumbest stuff you ever heard to try to validate how good these guys are, because they know they don't get that kind of effort. They know they can't even shoot a mid-range. You watch all these games and these guys are wide open at the mid-range or driving to the mid-range to be wide, and they can't even shoot it, guys. This is crazy. These are supposed to be professional NBA basketball players, and they can't even shoot a damn mid-range, guys. All they can shoot, all they can launch is a three. They have no post games. God, all these pick and rolls. They said every year or something like that the NBA eclipses the screens of last year. All they do is screen all game. They need a screen just to get past the guy to shoot a three or drive it inside. It's crazy. This ain't even basketball no more. It's screen. Why do you need a screen to get past your guy? The only time you've seen that back in the day is a screen to a pick and roll to the basket. Yeah, you've seen that a lot. But it wasn't all game. You definitely didn't need a screen to get back. This is crazy, guys. This is crazy. And I told you, the NBA is basically over. You can make of it what you want, but it's basically, it's just, I don't even know why they call it the NBA. I told you, I don't know why no content creator is talking about it. I guess they need Mazda to come out with it. Well, it's already out. They already announced it in the offseason. But the teams from the Euro League, they're going to get to play in the NBA playoffs. I think it's either next year, the year after that, whatever. This is crazy. These are teams or players on these teams who wasn't good enough to make the NBA, guys. They tried to make the NBA and they weren't good enough. The Euro players who are good enough to play in the NBA are in the NBA right now, or they're going to get drafted into the NBA. So most of these players in the Euro League, and it's going to be other leagues, so I think like NBA Africa or something, these guys are over there in those leagues because they're not good enough to play in the NBA. So now you're going to get even more of a subpar product. Wow. Guys, if you think you're watching the NBA, I don't know what the hell to tell you. The NBA is over, guys. And they had no choice but go downhill with the NBA dealing with LeBron James. You can't never go back up, guys. What LeBron James did in the 2010s and going into the 2020s, or the 2020s started really the downfall of the NBA. As far as it started with LeBron James in the 2010s, but I'm just saying the spiral down. You can't go up. These guys grew up watching LeBron James. And the 2020 guys did. So you think they know what greatness is? They got no, they can't go up, guys. It's over. I'm just saying, man. The NBA is over. They've already told you that players and, coaches and stuff betting on the game, players that used to play, everybody just throwing it out there. You ain't got to be dumb and say, oh, yeah, this guy, they got the bad guys. No, you never get the guys up top. That's how the world works. And that don't even look like Damon Jones to me, guys. I ain't trying to get too conspiracy on you guys, but that don't even look like Damon Jones to me, guys. Yes, a look-alike, yes, but that don't look like Damon Jones to me, guys. I'm sorry. I won't even get into that, but that's what you got with these NBA playoffs. They got these first rounds with these 1 and 8s and 2 and 7 for what, guys? Why do we have with 5? You got to play 7 games of this trash. Why? Because of betting. Because they can make their money on betting odds. Gotta remember, guys. We did a video on this. The NBA, there's NBA owners that literally own betting companies. Also, there's NBA owners who own stake interest in these big betting companies, right? DraftKings and what's the other one? I forget. But it's some other ones too, just not the big ones. So you have to be dumb. Even Michael Jordan, he got stake ownership. I don't know if he does anymore in these betting companies. And is that illegal? No, it's not illegal. But what I'm trying to say is you have to be dumb if you don't think any of these NBA players, and I'm talking about current, don't have a stake share ownership in these companies. Would it be illegal? I don't know how that would be illegal as long as they're not on the record themselves betting. And that's the thing about betting. As long as you don't do it yourself with your name and blah, blah, then you're good. But that don't mean you're not getting the money if somebody else does it. I mean, come on. There's ways to get around that, guys. Big ways. So I'm gonna go ahead and get off of here. It is what it is, guys. Again, I got the Spurs, I got the Knicks. I keep trying to tell you, it's a Knicks year. something bad is going to happen to, they're going to break up that team maybe if they don't win it this year in New York. It's going to be crazy. I know New York been looking crazy at the end of the year, but I think it's their year. I think, Cleveland's going to choke like always. They're going to, not Minnesota, Detroit is going to be that young thing. They're too young. Who knows? Cade Cunningham might go down. We don't know, guys. As far as what injuries are going to come next. We already know what's going to come. That's what they do. We already know we got the Luka and Reeves coming into the playoffs injury. I didn't watch that whole Minnesota game, but I know they probably was using all these injury excuses for Anthony Edwards. He's been hurt all year. This guy gets more excuses. KD, there's this injury, right? So look for these injuries to keep going. This is what the NBA does. Use this. The other teams win because the star player on the other team gets hurt. We done seen that the last 4 years in this NBA, guys. And it still keeps happening.